Okay, for question 1, I'm going to start off with 2 months. So some milestones that a 2-month-old could have are turning their heads towards sounds, paying attention to faces. They use cries as their primary form of communication, and they do things um, like reflexive and vegetative sounds. Reflexive sounds are things like burping, grunting, and coughing. And then vegetative sounds are things like sighs, like oohs and ahs, and like tongue clicks. Some milestones that a typical 4-month-old can have are things like they're starting to babble, they're reaching for like their toys, holding their head steady, unsupported. They may be able to roll over, and they coo and they laugh. For 6 months, a typical baby can respond to sounds by making sounds. They begin to sit without support. They can look around at things nearby, and they can do vocal play, which is basically like a baby that just realized that they can make noise, and so they're just making all types of sounds. Some milestones for a 9-month-old can be like understanding the word no, recognizing things and pointing at things. They can crawl. They can use jargon, which is basically like babbling, and it's like they're talking to you, but they're not actually saying real words, and it actually doesn't make sense. And then they learned about object permanence, which is like things like peekaboo. And then for 12 months, they can start to use things correctly, like simple object functions. They can pull up to stand, and then they have their first true meaningful words. And then the next question that I decided to talk about was about imitation. And imitation can be defined as the ability to remember and copy the behavior of models that are not present. It leads the path into like make-believe play, which opens the door for cognitive thinking, language development, learning about symbols, and it can even improve things like confidence.